$1 McChicken, gone. $5 footlong or cookout tray, fake news. $1.50 hot dog at Costco, no longer. I'm JK, somehow that one's still real, but other than that, golly, fast food is freaking expensive. Sheesh, got me thinking critically on how to spend my money. Fast food really not hitting like it used to, and it makes me mad, I'm not gonna lie. Like $10 is the new $7, and that's whack. So I'm gonna try to use numbers and a simple formula to compare the value of 8 fast food restaurants. I'm gonna order what I normally get or what's popular and exclude taxes from prices, and always include a drink even though most of the time I don't get one, just to keep somewhat of a standard. What even determines the value of fast food? To me, it comes down to these 4 categories. Welcome to Supreme Value. This is Supreme Value, where I use a rating system / formula to determine the value of a product numerically. Normally I review consumer products, but this is the fast food edition. I give a word rating that corresponds to a number and tier for 4 categories. Those categories are taste, proportions, price, and quality. Those numbers are then averaged out to give a value score. I'm also going to give out X factor points because some things just stand out to certain fast food restaurants that don't necessarily fall into one of those categories. Oh yeah, FYI, this is all subjective. Even quality, I'm no nutritionist, obviously. Chick-fil-A, the place I always want on Sundays, is pretty reliable when they're open on their 6-day schedule. My go-to order is their spicy chicken deluxe sandwich meal, which has a pretty juicy, mildly crunchy piece of spicy chicken, some pepper jack cheese on top of the traditional peppers, lettuce, and tomatoes. Complement this with their top tier amazing waffle fries that might be my personal favorite, as they're just like cooked really well, crisp on the outside and potatoey on the inside, and dip that in their signature honey mustard like but better Chick-fil-A sauce. That's a great time right there. I also love to alternate fries with their Polynesian sauce. The sandwich is standard size, I would say. Sometimes they do give less fries though because of the waffle shape. It's harder to pack in, so if we're looking at the ratio between the fry carton and the actual fries, there is a decent amount of air in there. The ingredients taste pretty good, like I don't feel terribly disgusting after Chick-fil-A. For $9.85 for what you get, I do feel it is a bit on the expensive side. I would have enjoyed it much more for $1 less. In terms of menu, if you want to go healthy, you can get the grilled chicken sandwich instead, but I mean, who's actually doing that? Actually, a good amount of people, though just not me, which brings me to the X factor. I'm gonna give them a +1 for their actually good, relatively healthy options like their chicken salad and grilled chicken options. Another +1 for their fire nuggets, signature sauce, and immaculate frosted coffee. And then another +1 for their culture of polite customer service. I mean, they're just so nice and they really do whatever to serve the customer. And on top of that, their lines are super efficient, especially with their mobile ordering process. Overall, averaging my scores up, Chick-fil-A has a value score of 3.75, which makes it at good value, almost great. Man, it's actually crazy to me that now even at McDonald's you could spend like $10. I really did used to fiend for like the McChickens, especially when they were $1. I mean, I used to make them a gangbangs, but anyways, it's been a minute since I've gotten to McDonald's, so I thought I would revisit the classic Big Mac. Bro, when I saw the price of the Big Mac meal, I said, yo, this better be worth it. Dang, I paid $10 for this? The Big Mac really do feel like a cheap burger. Like in the moment, it is somewhat good, but if you really think about it, the bun is kind of dry and it got 3 of those. And then the meat patties are pretty thin. And the cheese, it has like that chemical taste to it. And the Big Mac sauce is nice, but like it's crazy. How did this thing take over the world? Now, McDonald's fries though, yeah, them things hit right there. The fries have, they have a nice crisp on the outside. Inside is potatoey, it's lightly seasoned, and you can get occasional super crispy or super smushy fries, which is always pleasant, at least to me. I actually like these inconsistencies. And the fries hit so hard, especially when I drench them with McDonald's sauces. Their sauce selection is top tier. We got honey mustard, sweet and sour, buffalo, ranch. The buffalo sauce is the same exact color as an orange colored pencil, which is kind of wild because that screams artificial, but it is tasty. Proportions wise, I would say it is the Big Mac, so it is kind of big, but the patties are thin and low-key the buns look kind of inflated, so proportions are just good. In terms of quality, it ain't great. I would say above mid, but not quite good. And for $9.59, I would say the price is good. That's crazy to say because that's so much more than what it used to be. But I mean, I do come out full, and the sauces, fries, and Big Mac combo do come together. So I would say the price is good. And considering that if you're only trying to spend around $5, you can still do that with like a McChicken, fries, and a drink. Their large drink is only $129, which is mad cheap. I'm also going to give it a +1 for their iconic silky smooth ice cream cones, and just like they have a bunch of other beloved items like the chicken nuggets, McFlurry, even fun Happy Meals. I mean, I still see plenty of adults get it today with like the random toys and promotions, right? Overall, that's a score of 3.13 that sits just right above good value. If it weren't for the budget menu, it would have been mid value, but because so many people still get McChickens and like things that aren't on the main menu, I feel like I had to include it in. Alright, so it's been a minute since I've been to Wendy's, and dang, legit, I was always so used to getting a 4 for $4 that I realized I basically don't think I've ever ordered their standard. And then I was like, wait, hold up. What is their standard? I feel like they used to promote their Baconator like crazy, but that just looks way too heavy for me. And then I looked at their number 1. Who the flip is Dave? Is that Wendy's boyfriend? So then I was like, I guess I'll try it. And wow, yo, Dave surprised me. It honestly tasted like an upgraded McDonald's. It just came together better. The meat was juicier, the bun was softer, and the sauce complemented the veggies. Low-key, Dave kind of a sleeper, like, And the fries were once again felt a little more gourmet than McDonald's. Honestly, their seasoning was on point. Low-key feel like they have MSG in them because you could have it without sauce and it's still pretty good. I mean, something is in there. I feel like the proportions are the same as McDonald's. Pretty standard, but quality-wise, I would say is definitely a bit better. It's not drastic, but noticeable. I would say right between good and great. Now for $9.49 for Dave's single, fresh and real potato tasting fries and a drink. That's not bad. But again, their deals are phenomenal and critically acclaimed, so I have to take that into account and say that the price is great. Come on, I mean, 4 for $4? Biggie bag? Yo, stop playing. And lastly, I gotta give a +1 for the random but amazing chili that warms you up in the summers and icy but smooth Frosties that cool you up in the winters. Oh, and shout out to the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, another value option and McChicken competitor. Wait, hold up. Oh my gosh. Never mind, it's $5? What the flip? What? Okay, moving on. The total score is 3.88, just missing great value. Five Guys. I don't actually go to Five Guys too often, so every time I go there, my mind is so discombobulated by their menu. Like, dang, why is it so confusing? Why they got a hamburger for $10? Why they got little hamburgers? Is it actually little? Five Guys does something interesting. All toppings are free, but then again, most of them are standard, so the pricing is packaged weirdly. You pay a premium price so you get optional additional toppings, but the less of those toppings you get, the more you're paying for toppings that you don't get. So ultimately, the less you get for the same amount of money, aka more money. So you better take advantage of it, which I did with my added mushrooms, grilled onions, alongside the all-the-way combo of traditional toppings. And honestly, to me, the burger doesn't really come together that well. I know this might be a hot take. To me though, the feeling I get when I eat Five Guys is like me myself making a homemade burger with fresh ingredients, but something is off. Like clearly the meat patty is like char grilled and has that flavor, and the ingredients are of great quality since I would just buy them fresh from the grocery store. But like altogether, for some reason, it tastes like quality but standard. Similar with the fries, they taste like quality potato, but they almost taste kind of healthy, and that's good, I guess. But me, when I'm trying to eat to like destroy my body, the fries don't hit as good, especially with just their ketchup. The burger is big though, that is what's nice, that's for sure. Like you're gonna be dog full after Five Guys, that never fails. Five Guys is really interesting, like great to amazing quality, big portions, but to me the flavor is just mid. Now for the price, the numbers are high at $15.39, so people are quick to be like, yeah, Five Guys is so expensive, but relative to what they give you, it's not as bad. At first I'm like, excuse me, but then I realized the burger is so big and technically you pay for all the additional toppings and they overflow the bag with fries, so like yeah, little fries is $5, but basically it's quite a lot of fries. So price, I think it's good mainly considering the proportions. And most people share a little fries, so you save money there too. I'm gonna add a 0.5 for their freestyle Coca-Cola drink machine. I feel like it's not worth adding a full point because no one's like raving about it, but I do always love going through the different types of specialty flavors, and vanilla Coke is heat. So overall, the value score is 3, which sits right at good value. Taco Bell. I feel like everyone's Taco Bell order is slightly different. Like there isn't a standard, but there are a few items that overlap. For me, I'm getting a Crunchwrap Supreme and a Doritos Locos Taco Supreme. And man, yo, Taco Bell seasoning really is on top because oh my gosh, this thing is delicious. Like, I don't know what it is, but their nacho cheese really comes together with their seasoned beef and the added crunch of the chopped tomatoes and lettuce. I mean, the crunch from that isn't crazy, but it's okay because the real crunch comes from the hard shell in the inside. And I love the crunch wrap because it's the opposite sensation of most fried foods. Soft on the outside, crunchy on the inside. Taco Bell is, it's freaking good. And same goes with the Doritos Locos Tacos. Like, yeah, the Doritos shell is a bit salty, but there's a reason the Il Doritos Locos collab became a standard menu item. It's delicious. Taste is better than great, almost amazing. In terms of proportions, I would say it's pretty standard. The quality is actually pretty good. I mean, they do say Taco Bell is actually one of the healthier fast food options. I don't know how true that is with what I order, but that is something to note. When I did the math and saw that it was $12.77, dang, Taco Bell kind of expensive is what I thought at first, but like I guess I did get more food, at least proportional to the cost, and fantastic flavors, which also pair nicely with their fire sauce. So to me, price is just short of great, considering that they have a solid value menu as well. Like their combo meal for the Crunchwrap Supreme is $9.99, which is comparable to McDonald's and Wendy's, and they have a great value menu, which I'm all about, you already know, so price is good. I'm also going to give them a plus 0.5 for their Baja Blast. I do feel like I hear people craving and saying like, yo, I want a Baja Blast from Taco Bell. Also, shout out to their Chalupa, that's fire, their nacho fries, which are seasonal and crazy fire, and then their Volcano Burrito that I used to love as a kid. Overall, the value score for Taco Bell is 3.75, the upper echelon of good value. Chipotle. Chipotle tastes good, but nothing crazy. Low-key overrated. Like, to be honest, I feel like you can taste the flavor of each ingredient even though it's mixed all together. And it's all a bit sour, but it's fresh. My normal order at Chipotle is a chicken bowl with a tortilla on the side. I pretty much get everything that's not extra, so no guac or queso. So that means brown rice, a little pinto beans, even though I always still give a lot, chopped tomatoes, salsa, sour cream, corn, cheese, and lettuce. I also get the fajita grilled veggies, which add a nice contrast with the smokiness. And the Tabasco does give a nice kick, but yeah, I enjoy Chipotle, but I actually never crave it. Chipotle is the place I go to when I'm trying to eat a lot, and for the most part, they give a lot. Like, you can technically get double for most of the toppings without extra cost. Chipotle to me isn't like, yo, oh my gosh, it tastes so good. It's more like, yes, it tastes nice and fresh. It's more the freshness than the taste that delights me, which speaks to its high quality. For the price, it's really unbeatable. Like, yeah, it's $11.70 with a drink, but I actually don't think I've ever gotten a drink at Chipotle. I think it's because it tastes clean, and unless you can taste the E. coli, like, it's always good with water, and I don't feel the need to have a soda. Overall, 3 amazings and 1 good for taste. The value score is 4.5 at great value. Shake Shack. The aroma is just different. When I first looked at the burger, it was glistening, and I could smell the butter of the bun. Sheesh, while it doesn't look very impressive, the taste certainly says otherwise. The bun and meat patty are cooked significantly better than any other fast food chain in my opinion. It unites. The patty tastes beefy, smoky, and juicy, and the bun is buttery and squishy, and the rest of the condiments just add to the overall flavor. My goodness. Oh my gosh. That burger is freaking tasty. Ooh, this is different. The crinkle cut fries are cooked well, but for some reason they don't hit as good. Like, I think McDonald's fries are better. I don't know, maybe something about the crinkle that makes the crisp on the outside less enjoyable. I don't really know what it is, to be honest. But to me, I don't care because the burger outshines all other burgers. This burger is the only burger in the S tier for me. It tastes supreme. Gosh dang. While this burger is supreme, it's so tasty, and then all of a sudden, it's gone. It's definitely smaller than a standard sized burger. The quality has to be amazing. I mean, mostly looking at the bun and patty, I don't think you can achieve that kind of taste unless it's amazing quality. For a whopping $14.07 though, I actually don't think the price of the burger is that expensive because at least to me, it tastes so freaking good even though it's on the smaller side. It's really the fries and drink that are expensive at $3.99 and $3.29, which is high-key absurd. And strangely, they don't have combos. In the Raleigh-Durham area, there's also only like 2 or 3 locations, so I rarely go because it's pretty far from where I live. It's honestly not worth getting a drink and the fries aren't too special, so I'd probably just order literally only the Shack burger, but double. I think the price is not quite mid, but not good either. You end up paying a lot for taste, but to me it's worth it, especially because that's my top priority after price. I'm also gonna give a +1 for the rich shakes as they're probably the only place with premium milkshakes and custard. Overall, the value score is 4.4. Cookout. I fell in love with Cookout in college when I had their incredible $5 tray, which came with an entree, 2 sides, and a drink just for $5. It really was part of the college survivor kit, but due to inflation, it definitely doesn't hit as much. My go-to order is a big double burger tray, everything added that's not extra, Cajun fries, and a chicken quesadilla. Their burger, honestly, in terms of quality, is not good. Meat and buns a bit dry, while the sauce is kind of messy. In terms of visuals, when I imagine a burger Gordon Ramsay would flame on Twitter, this is the one. Their sides are a bit better. The quesadilla is actually fantastic because it has some like magical seasoning in there, and their Cajun fries aren't bad with their Polynesian sauce or honey mustard from the back. While I think Cookout is good, there's a reason why people don't go during the day. It's high-key awkward if you get it anytime before 8 p.m. On top of that, low-key the burger kinda small, and unless you get Cajun fries, sometimes they be giving you like 3 or 4 bites, but for the most part, for what you pay, they actually give you a decent amount. In terms of quality, it's definitely near the bottom. Like, I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's definitely mid. I mean, some people do be saying it's like cafeteria lunch food, and if you tear it up, it can look kinda sorry, as does most fast food look though, to be honest anyways. But relative to the price you pay, it's still one of the top options for price. At first, $7.99 seemed high because it just doesn't hit compared to the $4.99 that I saw in college, but seeing how all these other places are past $10, which is actually so sad. So the price is great in today's economy, almost amazing. I'm also going to give them a +1 for their massive menu variety. They really got so many different combinations of trays, and legit everyone I know gets a different one. I'm also going to give them a +1 for their immaculate milkshake. I basically get one 90% of the time because it's only $1 more with a tray. The consistency is like a little thicker and more ice creamy than a McFlurry, and their vanilla base is so good. And you have endless amounts of toppings you can combine. Some personal favorites are peach, cheesecake, mocha Oreo, and in the summer their watermelon is above all. Legit, no joke, it's so fire. Overall, the value score is 3.25 at good value. Before I share my final thoughts and compare all my rankings, I wanted to share that this video is sponsored by me. I bought all of this and I ate all of it. If you want free food, I will be randomly giving out a $100 gift card to anyone that donates $5 to the Durham Rescue Missions. You can choose which fast food place you want. If you feel uncomfortable giving food to homeless people on the street, this is a great way to easily and systematically support the homeless community, especially for the local people in Raleigh and Durham. The DRM has a fire thrift store, and they are one of the oldest and largest long-term homeless shelters in Durham and provide counseling, job placement, and much more. My goal is to get 30 people to donate $5. Once my donor goal is met, I will randomly select the giveaway winner. All you have to do is donate $5 and comment your Instagram username like this, so I can contact you. I'm also going to give a $25 gift card for anyone in the comments as long as you drop your Instagram username regardless of if you donate it. Also, everyone that participates in one of my fundraisers will also forever cement their names in the Supreme Value universe. Let's go. Yo, shout out to Voltaire. This brother won the iPhone 15 Pro giveaway and asked me to sell it and donate that money, which is crazy. I really respect that because, I mean, if I want an iPhone 15 Pro, I would have sold it myself and just taken the money. SVU residents, take note of the road changes when you are navigating around the city. Overall, we've raised a little over $1,500 as of right now. Let's go. Thank you everyone for supporting me, the homeless in Durham, and the DRM. Okay, so first off, I want to say I'll be repping Cookout all day, every day, no matter what. Because, I mean, regardless, it just got a special place in my heart. It really relieved me of my stress, especially when I got D's on my exams. So, like, regardless, whatever I say in terms of value, that's okay. I'll still be eating here heavy, you know? Don't worry. And I have to say this because yeah, I wasn't thinking it would be in my bottom 3. So surprisingly, all the places made it to at least good value. Like, okay, let's start from the bottom. So Five Guys just missed being mid-value, and I mean, I agree, mainly because they give a lot, but then again, you pay a lot. McDonald's second lowest is kind of surprising to me, but to be honest, it kind of makes sense. Like, taste-wise, McDonald's and Cookout both hit dummy hard late at night. There's definitely places that taste better and have much better quality. Then there's a 0.5 jump from Cookout to Taco Bell, which I agree, Taco Bell is just a bit more fresh. Now, having Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell have the same value rating is interesting. Both have signature flavors and make you crave their menu consistently. Honestly, Wendy's being at the top of good value isn't surprising to me. Low-key, Wendy's is underrated. I mean, I'm literally eating it right now. It's fire. Dave really comes through. Now, going into the B tier at great value, I'm sure some people are questioning like how is Shake Shack tied for the #1 list overall for value, but I mean, it's really just good like that. Like, I like it like that. It just hits different. Chipotle, I mean, it's undeniably great value, right? Amazing quality, price, and proportions. I really could have given an S tier for proportions, but I just didn't because sometimes Chipotle workers, they don't give as much. Like, low-key, it's not often, but it's noticeable. So as of now, Chipotle and Shake Shack take the throne for best fast food in terms of value. In terms of taste, Shake Shack is like that. It's supreme. It's fire. Like, that's just straight up facts. Then we got Chick-fil-A, amazing, definitely. Then we got Taco Bell, Wendy's, honestly, McDonald's, Chipotle, and Cookout, all in the C tier for taste. They all taste good for us, but it's like distinct reasons, you know? Like Cookout hits because it's clearly greasy late night food, and then Chipotle has its freshness, and McDonald's is just iconic, you know? And yeah, Five Guys to me, compared to everything on the list, does taste worse, at least to me. I mean, maybe I'm ordering wrong, who knows, I don't know. In terms of proportions, we know Chipotle is king, and then Five Guys. Most places give a standard, pretty comparable amount. Chick-fil-A is at the bottom. Honestly, Chick-fil-A, it could be in the C tier with all the other guys. I just do know sometimes being hungry for more food when I go there, especially if you don't get a deluxe sandwich. Like, the standard one really feels small. Shake Shack is small. Like, I don't know why Five Guys calls their standard burger a little. Like, that's what Shake Shack should be doing. In terms of quality, Chipotle and Shake Shack are definitely the best. Followed closely behind, we have Five Guys, Chick-fil-A, and Taco Bell. Then we got Wendy's in the C tier, then McDonald's, and lastly, Cookout at mid quality. And finally, arguably most important, the price. Obviously, Chipotle wins, followed by Cookout because of their trade, which is still a great deal, not quite amazing. Then we got Shake Shack and Chick-fil-A at the bottom at mid to good price ratings. No coincidence that they taste the best. And that's everything. And to be honest, some of the scores were really hard to make. Like, I feel like if I go back and like think about it again, I could change them. Also, something to note is Wendy's also does have the Coca-Cola freestyle machine, so that would up his value a little. Anyways, maybe a part 2 will come. Who knows? Okay. Who's hungry and what's the 4 most important things when it comes to fast food? What's your ranking? What did you think of my value scores? Am I whack? Am I cheap? Let me know in the comments, yo. Peace. Everyone needs one pair of these. Which one though?